republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First, I want to note we were in executive session, so we were a little bit delayed getting started, taking care of the people's business here, and I apologize for keeping you waiting. With that, Clerk Tamer, please call the roll.
Cahill.
Aye. Here. Sorry.
Toludo.
Here.
Park.
Here.
Nudera.
Here.
Bastido.
Here.
Nardini. Absent. Brennan.
Here.
Irby.
Here.
Deuter.
Here.
Varimus.
Here.
Hill.
Here.
Schenko. Absent. Jensen.
Here.
Graham.
Here.
12 present, 2 absent.
12 present, 2 absent. We have a quorum. On to item 3 on our agenda, receipt of written communications from the public. Is there anyone in the audience that has a written communication that they would like to deliver to the council? If so, please raise your hand. There being none, we'll move on to public forum. Item 4, Clerk Tamer, has anyone signed up for public forum?
Yes, Mayor. We have Jim Hodap.
All right, Mr. Hodap, if you would approach the microphone, state your name, address is optional, and you have 3 minutes. Right behind you. A rapper that doesn't see a microphone.
There you go. Well, it's been a while. God bless you all. I'm here tonight because I have a very small pension. I'm running out of funds, and I have a beautiful yard which has a lot of prairie plants in it and wildflowers, and I'd like to save it. I helped save Wolf Road Prairie and Thatcher Woods and a lot of other places. And I'm disheartened to see how many neighbors use chemicals to kill the wildflowers in their lawns, and then they cut the lawns short. So I set up a GoFundMe page, which I send, I think, emails to all of you today. And it's Wildflower Lawn Now. And I have a lot which was estimated at about $500,000. I would donate that to the Wildflower Lawn National Park, and try to set that up somehow. And it would be the smallest national park in America. My yard, 739 Stewart Court. But then, yard by yard, one day be the largest national park, and one day, yard by yard, be larger than all the national parks in the United States of America put together. And maybe at that time, our children will have a future. We need to start now. Climate change is happening. It's serious. We need to quit spraying the lawns. We need to quit cutting the lawns so short. The bees are dying. Our children are going to die. And so before I go, I'd like to heal the ecosystem, but I also like to heal the gap between black and white. That's why I taught myself to rap. Why I'm on top, I rap better than Pac, and I do be a shock with the verbal Glock, so I'll see you later, alligator, after a while, crocodile. Just tried to make the kings and queens who run Elmhurst smile. Peace.
Thank you, Mr. Hodap.
That's it, Mayor.
All right. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to make a public comment but did not have the opportunity to sign in beforehand? If so, please raise your hand. Seeing none, we will close off public forum. Item 5 is presentations. Before we proceed to the presentation of elmhurst.org, which appears on the agenda, I have a special presentation, and I would like to ask the 3 young men from York who participated in the American Legion National Program and their families to join me over near this podium on the side. All right. Sometime back, Eric Puglia from the Legion called and said there was a program that honors and educates and trains young men and young women. In this case, we have 3 young men in leadership. And I'm going to talk, when I read this proclamation about what it's all about. I'm going to read the proclamation. And he asked for some help getting nominations from our schools. It's such a fine program that was a little disappointed that we didn't have any nominees from Elmhurst. And lo and behold, we had 3 selected, and they're here today. So I'd like to read the proclamation, and then I'll have you introduce yourselves after I read the proclamation, and we'll take it from the top. Whereas the American Legion's mission is to enhance the well-being of America's veterans, their families, our military, and our communities by its devotion to mutual helpfulness, and whereas the American Legion's vision statement is the American Legion, Veterans Strengthening America, and whereas the American Legion advocates for upholding and defending the United States Constitution, equal justice and opportunity for everyone, and discrimination against no one, youth education, responsible citizenship, and honoring military service by observing and participating in memorial events. And whereas the nationwide program was founded in 1935 by 3 Illinois Legionnaires, Hayes Kennedy, Harold Card, and Matthew Murphy, who organized the first boys' state at the Illinois State Fairgrounds in Springfield. And whereas the American Legion educates, mentors, and leads new generations of Americans through the Boys and Girls State programs held annually at Eastern Illinois University, and whereas famous alumni of the program include Michael Jordan, Bill Clinton, Samuel Alito, Cory Booker, John Bon Jovi, Bruce Springsteen, and Neil Armstrong, to name a few. Whereas the American Legion Post selects high school juniors to attend the program in June right after their junior year, with, in most cases, individual expenses being paid by a sponsoring Legion Post, a local business, or other community-based organization. Whereas state activities include various levels of legislative sessions, political party caucuses, 4 different election cycles, general assemblies, band concerts, law enforcement presentations, recreational programs, and much more. And whereas this year, the American Legion Post 187 sponsored 3 Elmhurst residents, Joshua Wilson. Okay, we'll give you one. There you go. And Bill Kenny. And Eddie Ferguson. I think my name must be on there. There's one left. For Boys State Camp, who completed the camp, which is just adjourned last Friday, June 16th. And whereas Bill Kenny was elected both mayor and a Supreme Court justice at the camp in the program's mock election process, and also awarded the Model Citizen Award, beating all of the other participants of the program and receiving a $2,000 scholarship. Now, therefore, I, Scott M. Levin, the mayor of the city of Elmhurst, congratulate all Joshua Wilson, Bill Kenny, and Eddie Ferguson for their selection and participation in the American Legion's Boys State Camp, and especially recognize Bill Kenny for being elected as mayor, which is the highest honor, and Supreme Court Justice, and receiving the Model Citizen Award, where I have put my hand and seal on these certificates. Congratulations, gentlemen. I'd like to walk around and watch your stuff and shake hands with our council members. I'm sure they like to congratulate you. Go ahead. Watch the last step.
Congratulations. Great experience. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Great.
Congratulations.
Great job.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations to you.
Excellent work.
You made us proud.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Very
Watch
proud
your
of you
step.
guys.
Good work. Appreciate it.
Congratulations. Thank you.
That's right.
Watch your step. That's the watch.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Well done, congrats.
Congratulations. Watch your step.
You're done. Whoever sits down.
Congrats.
Actually, if we could get one picture with you so that people will know I was here. Let's see, Pete, has someone got a? Why don't you come over here, one on each side. Wait, is it this way? All right, good. Thank you very much. All right.
Way to go, guys.
All right, you're welcome to stay and have more civic education, but otherwise we will move on with our program. 5.1, elmhurst.org, a presentation by our communications manager, Cassandra Schreff.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry that I'm standing here, but I wanted to maneuver the new website, so I have your back towards me, some of you. So we launched our new website this morning, which is very exciting. We've been working on it for quite some time. And I'm just going to go through some of the highlights of the new site. The site was last launched or redesigned in 2016, so we were definitely in time for our renovation. So we've changed website providers. So our website provider now is Revise, one of the prime web providers for municipalities. So the first thing I want to show you is right here on all the pages, there's an accessibility button here, and all users can change the way that the screen looks based on their needs. So you can change the text size, change the way links are highlighted, the contrast of the colors. So that's an important tab for you to know about. Also on the page right now, you'll see at the bottom right our alert. So I put this up here for now just so you can see that there's an alert message there, and that's how we would use it. But anytime there's a community alert and we need to notify the public, that will be on all of our web pages until you minimize it. And in just a little bit, I'll talk to you about how you can subscribe for those alerts. Oh, it's this guy. So the main navigation I'll quickly go through. So this is our government section. The first section is boards and commissions. Here you'll find an overview of all the boards and commissions, their purpose, the commission members, and links to agendas and minutes for each of those commissions. City council members and elected officials can be found here. That includes contact information for the elected officials and a ward map, so you know exactly which ward you're in and who to contact, who's your elected official. There's a city clerk section. This is where you'll find an overview of this office and forms and applications, as well as voter information. And then information about the city manager's office, a link to administrative officials, our strategic plan, citizen survey, and the community grant program. Here's our city services. I, of course, don't have time to go into each of them, but this is where the bulk of all the information that residents will be looking for lives on our website. So this is information from each of the departments. One thing I wanted to point out is we have 3 what we call sub-sites for this website. That's our Elmhurst Police. So this can be reached by going to elmhurstpolicedepartment.org or .com. And you can see it has a very similar outline or layout. However, the colors are different. The search functionality is only for this section of the website. So it's almost like its own website, and you can sign up specifically for police alerts and news flashes here. Same with our fire department. So they have their own look, and you can subscribe for news and alert center for the fire department. And then our stormwater management, we felt that it was important to continue with this website for historical data, and we do have some projects we're still working on. So we moved this over. It has its own look, and it's considered a sub-site of our site right now. Thanks. So in our community section, you will find our current marketing campaign, our events calendar, communication efforts. So here are all the different things that you can subscribe to receive alerts from and news from the city. You'll find map and community portal information, our senior and youth services, as well as transportation and our sustainability efforts. In the business section, you'll find information about our business license, economic development services and incentives. And then our How Do I section highlights areas where we have frequently asked questions. This is an important tool to highlight. You can change the copy on our website to different languages. So you can just see how that changes into French. I gotta make sure I can go back to English. Okay, and then this is our search function. Since we launched this morning, it will take 24 to 48 hours for Google to get that launch or that search functionality working properly. This is where we can make service requests. So this goes straight to the portal for Elmhurst Connect and our Explore Elmhurst website. Here we've just identified areas where we know people are going to on our website. Some of the main highlighted areas, these are quick links where you can make a payment, find information about municipal code, our agendas and minutes, that's board docs, refuse and recycling information, your property info, and then maps. And this does scroll, so if we have several things, that permits and forms, that we can put that here. Our news, this is all of our latest news. And you can subscribe for these news alerts. This is where we will be putting them. This is our events calendar. So this section here on the left, these are our municipal meetings and events. So any meetings at City Hall, any meetings that come from our commissions or boards, they can be found here. And also, if we have an open house, these are city events. Then Explore Elmhurst community events takes you to our Explore Elmhurst community calendar. So we know oftentimes when people come to our website, they're looking for Rock the Block, they're looking for the music at the gazebo. That's not on our municipal meetings and event calendar, but if you go to Explore Elmhurst, you can find all of that information there. And then here's where you can sign up for our e-notification. So if you go to our news alert section, these are all the different ways you can receive communication from the city. So our e-newsletter, here's a link to sign up. Our e-notify, these are the tabs below where you would put in your email address and phone number, and then you would click on these blue outlined circles, and that will subscribe you to our news alerts. And you can do that with police and fire notifications as well. That's the Alert Center. Code Red, we're using that quite a bit over the last few weeks. That's something that you definitely want to make sure that you are subscribed to, and you can do that right here on this page. And then Elmhurst Connect, our community portal, our app, where you can submit requests to the city. Let me just go right back here. Emergency alerts, that's another way to get to Code Red and sign up for emergency alerts. And then utility info, that goes to WaterSmart. That's how you sign up for your utility water info. And then below here are just some important facts to point out, our hours, our phone number. There's a directory page. Here's where you can find different staff categories and call people by their department or email. And that's about it. Our social links are on the bottom. And I will say that if you have any requests for the website changes, you can submit them through Elmhurst Connect. And we also have an email address, web.request@elmhurst.org, that you can submit web requests to, and we will make all those changes if you see anything that needs to be changed. Any questions?
Well, first, I would say it's welcome to see the new website. I think the last one was getting a little bit tired. I thought you might also comment, we talked about the content that was or was not moved over.
Yes, so we started from our old web provider. When we relaunched our website in 2016, we migrated all of our content with that change. So because we have a new web provider and because we knew we had a lot of outdated content, we did not migrate all of our content. We've started from scratch, basically. So I've worked with each of the departments. I've had help from our communications specialist, and we've really made sure that the information on here is accurate.
All right, thank you. Questions from the council. Alderman Brennan?
Thank you. Huge update. So thanks for all the efforts to get this live. For the e-notifications, if I signed up for those prior, do I need to re-sign up for them?
You do, because we have a new web provider now. The Alert Center and the News Flash are the two categories that you need to resubscribe to. You do not need to resubscribe to our Code Red, or if you already subscribed to that. Same with our Friday e-newsletters. This is just for the News Flash and the Alert Center.
Excellent, thank you.
And WaterSmart is, you don't have to sign up again?
And WaterSmart as well. You do not have to re-sign up for WaterSmart.
Awesome.
Very good question, Alderman Brennan. Any other questions or discussion? Alderman Bram.
Yeah, I just want to echo the fact of our website definitely was overdue for a refresh, and this looks excellent. It's easy to utilize, and I hope the search functionality, I haven't tried it yet, but is as easy as the website is to maneuver through as well, because I think that was one of the feedbacks that I received previously, was not only here on the website, but mostly on board docs trying to do search functionality. Great updates.
Right, anything else? Thank you, Ms. Schroff. We're going to move on to announcements. Are there any announcements from the council this evening? Alderman Deuter.
Thank you, Mayor. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, there's going to be a joint meeting of the Zoning and Planning Commission and the Development, DP&Z, Development, Planning, and Zoning Committee. It's going to be here in City Hall. We are going to be receiving a presentation about an update to our zoning ordinance. This update started actually before the pandemic, so it's something that's been in the work for quite a while. We're going to get an overview of that tomorrow night. It's really kind of presenting the draft ordinance, and there will be opportunities for both the council and the public to provide input on that draft before it actually gets submitted and goes through the zoning process. So anyone who is interested, whether it's the aldermen or members of the public, are welcome to come to the meeting tomorrow night, and then the actual draft ordinance will be posted to the city's site on Wednesday, or at least a link to get to the draft ordinance will be posted on the city's site on Wednesday. Thank you.
We'll see if that link works. All right, Alderman Bram.
Yes, thank you. Alderman Jensen and myself will be hosting a town hall next week, Tuesday, the 25th, here at City Hall, starting at 6:30. All Third Ward residents are welcome to attend, as well as anybody else of interest.
Thank you, Alderman Bram. Any other announcements?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, Alderman Toledo.
Just a clarifying question on the joint special meeting tomorrow. I don't see anything posted yet. Like, is the presentation going to be posted, or do we have to go to the meeting to see the presentation and the proposed changes?
I don't know that it's going to be posted before the presentation. I don't know if it's ready to roll or not, but I assume it will be posted after. So both the draft ordinance and the presentation, I'm sure, will be available after the meeting.
So we can give, just a follow-up, but we can give feedback once we get the document. We don't have to go to the meeting to give feedback?
Do not have to go to the meeting, and it's really going to be a multiple month process, so it doesn't need to be immediate feedback. It will come, there will be an opportunity where the Development, Planning, and Zoning Committee will be looking at it. The Commission also is going to be looking at it separately. So this is, it will probably be, I think staff estimated November would be optimistic for the actual zoning to be submitted to go through the zoning process. So that we're really just looking at the draft right now, getting input on the draft over the next few months, and then the actual zoning process. So there'll be another round of opportunity for input as well.
Thank you for clarifying.
Lots of opportunities for input.
Alderman Bastido.
Yes, I just wanted to let everyone know that there will not be a Public Works Committee this coming Monday on July 24th because lack of quorum. But I think after you see tonight's agenda, you will be happy to have a break from us. So.
All right, anyone else? All right, we will close off announcements. We're going to move to the consent agenda, and we have a very long consent agenda. I hope Clerk Tamer has rested up. We're going to read the entire consent agenda before we take action, as we always do. Clerk Tamer.
7.1 minutes of the executive session meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on June 5th, 2023. 7.2 minutes of the regular meeting of the Elmhurst City Council on June 20th, 2023. 7.3 accounts payable July 17th, 2023, $4,958,041.46. 7.4, appointment of Alderman Jacob Hill to Veterans Commission. 7.5, referral, review Elmhurst Building Code to support residential L2 charging and solar panel installation. 7.6, report, case 22, ZBA 10 AOS variations, 311 North York Street. 7.7, report, case 23 P04, Elmhurst University Health Sciences Building, conditional use permit for plan unit development and building height. 7.8, report, case 23 P05, Premier Outdoor Environment, conditional use permit and variations, 977 South Illinois Route 83, 968 South Riverside Drive. 7.9, report, Elmhurst Craft Beer Fest request. 7.10, report, police-directed towing service. 7.11, report, Elmhurst Fire Department disposal of surplus property. 7.12, report, Fire Department foreign fire insurance, Genesis hydraulic tools purchase. 7.13, report, street light controller upgrades. 7.14, report, mobile hoist columns, heavy-duty jack stands, and pneumatic wheel lift purchase. 7.15, report, one Kubota KX057 excavator. 7.16, report, one Towmaster trailer. 7.17, report, one combination vac jetter hydro excavation truck. 7.18, report, one trackless MT7 tractor. 7.9, report, change order number 2, McKinley Stormwater Pumping Station, PW Fiber Connection. 7.20, report, professional services agreement for integration of lift station operator interface terminals. 7.21, report, fire hydrant materials purchase. 7.22, report, purchase of replacement cutter stacks for grinders for 4 sanitary lift stations. 7.23, report, 2 Ford Expeditions to replace PD1 and PD2. See item 9.1. 7.2, report, 1 2023 Ford Transit 250 utility van. See item 9.2. 7.25, South and West Water Tower Rehabilitation Construction Bids. See item 10.1. 7.26, report, design build services for North Chlorine Contract Tank Emergency Repairs. See item 10.2. 7.27, report, industrial pretreatment program development and implementation. See item 10.3. 7.28, report, 2023 sanitary sewer cleaning and televising 23-12. See item 10.4. 7.29, proposal for construction engineering services agreement for 2023 sanitary sewer cleaning and televising project. See item 10.5. 7.30, report, design build services for North Elmhurst sanitary lift station controls upgrade. See item 9.3. 7.31, report, design build services for WRF buildings 1, 2, and 4 HVAC improvements. See item 9.5. 7.32, an ordinance amending section 44.74 entitled Yield Right-of-Way Streets of Article 5 entitled Driving, Overtaking, and Passing, and section 44.92 entitled Stop Intersections enumerated of Article 6 entitled Special Stops of Chapter 44 entitled Motor Vehicles and Traffic of the Elmhurst Municipal Code. 7.33, a resolution to approve and authorize the City of Elmhurst support of the DuPage Senior Citizens Council. And 7.34, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a settlement agreement and release by and between the City of Elmhurst, Illinois, and Vincent Incorporo for the resolution of civil litigation. And Mr. Storino?
Yes, thanks. Clerk Tamer, thank you for all of that. I just wanted to make mention on 7.34. This is a resolution settling a trip and fall occurrence on a city sidewalk back in November of 2018, and the settlement amount is $70,000.
All right, thank you. Is there any item on the consent agenda that any alderman would like to remove, either for further discussion or to vote against? Alderman Hill.
Thank you, Mayor. Item 7.23.
723. Any other items? I may have a motion to approve the consent agenda minus item 7.3. Alderman Brand with a motion, Alderman Toludo
Sure.
with a second. Clerk Tamer.
Cahill.
Aye.
Toludo.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Nudera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Verimus.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Schenko absent. Jensen.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. The consent agenda minus 7.23 is adopted. Clerk Tamer, would you read 7.23?
It is therefore the recommendation of the Public Works and Buildings Committee that the City Council waive competitive bids, suspend the rules to approve the report and resolution in the same night, and approve the purchase of 2 2024 Ford Expedition special service vehicles to replace PD1 and PD2, not to exceed the proposed budget amount, and that the city attorney prepare the appropriate resolution authorizing the purchase. Signed, Alderman Emily Bastido, Chair, Alderman Brian P. Cahill, Vice Chair, and Alderman Michael Bram, and Alderman Karen Schenko.
Have a motion to put 723 before the council. Alderman Bastido with a motion, Alderman Cahill with a second, Alderman Bastido.
The sirens were right on cue because this is in regards to the purchase of 2 Ford Expedition special service vehicles for the Elmhurst Police Department that are going to replace 2 older Chevy Tahoes. So I will yield to Alderman Hill with any comments or questions.
Alderman Hill.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to take this opportunity, not so much to question this report, but just a comment about it. I want to say thanks to the staff and Public Works because I was able to attend this meeting and I heard some of the discussion and this, being a report for 2 Ford expeditions, as I understand it, this specific vehicle type was specifically requested. And one of the things that I know has been a discussion over time at Public Works is to explore alternate fuel options for vehicles when purchases are made for the city fleet. And as I understood it, there is no hybrid version of the Expedition, so that's why we did not pursue an alternate fuel option. There are other vehicles, smaller, that might fit that, like a Ford Explorer has a hybrid option. And while I understand this decision, it makes sense, I just didn't want the opportunity to pass by without making a comment that I'd like us to serve sustainability and EV options more deliberately. I think we could adopt or take care to adopt a more holistic process and make sustainability a deliberate priority. I think there are opportunities there where we could show to the public that we're at least exploring the costs and options and showing a dialogue of where we've considered the options. Maybe they're not affordable, maybe they're not doable, maybe they don't make any sense or they're not ready yet. For instance, I heard that hybrid police vehicles that have been adopted elsewhere by other municipalities are having some teething issues. They're fairly new. But I think it just needs to be a priority and more deliberate. And I think hopefully going forward, we can be more aware of that process and try to include those options, even if we decide not to go with them. Because they may not be the right decision, but I hopefully we'll give them more consideration going forward.
Thank you, Alderman Hill. Additional discussion? Alderman Bram.
Yeah, I just want to comment to that point. Long ago, I don't recall how long ago, but we have adopted a policy for any city vehicle purchases to be evaluated for any alternate fuel alternatives, hybrid or otherwise. So that is there. I don't think we do a good enough job, and I believe, not to speak for Alderman Hill, but what he might be referencing is that we just need to do a better job of discussing as well as documenting that we have reviewed the options, and here's the reason why we did or did not go along with that option.
Thank you, Alderman Bram. Alderman Irby.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I think Alderman Hill and Alderman Bram have both enumerated what I feel 100% with it. Reading the report, the transparency to the public needs to have that statement in the report. When I read the report, I want to see what were our options and declare either we didn't have any, or B, these were the options that were reviewed, and come to a conclusion onto those alternate vehicles. The Chevy Blazer is coming out. I talked to General Motors today. It's scheduled, I think the Ford Expedition that's in the report, PD1, PD2, I think we're on a 20-week minimum lead potentially, from what I've heard through the grapevine, that may once we put the order in and once we agree to that tonight, that will start a 20-week clock potentially to get that vehicle here. The alternate fuel or the electric Blazer that's coming is the same size vehicle, roughly. I think it's a little bit bigger than an Explorer, but not quite an Expedition, but it's in that class. That vehicle costs less than what we have booked on the report tonight. That vehicle is available starting Q1 of 2024 and has already passed the Michigan State Police rigorous test. Supposed to be one of the most rigorous tests for police departments is the Michigan State Police. So I hope that comes, and again, reiterate what Alderman Hill and Alderman Bram have brought for our future alternate vehicles being electric primarily. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman Irby. Anyone else? All right. Clerk Tamer, call the roll on item 7.23.
Cahill.
Aye.
Choluto.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Nudera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Varimus.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Schenko absent. Jensen.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Item report 7.23 is adopted. On to reports and recommendations of appointed and elected officials. Mayor Levin, Public Safety Night Out is August 13th between 6 and 8:30 p.m. at Barron's Park. The event will take place in the east parking lot. This is to be a memorable experience of safety-focused event, kids, games, and activities, giveaways, demonstrations, music, and a chance to know various members of our public safety team. We had a very nice turnout, and I think everyone had a great experience last year. I was giggling, so I'll be back. I hope aldermen can attend as well. Item 2 is electronic and textile recycling event. The city's quarterly recycling event for disposing of electronics and textiles will be at the Elmhurst Public Works facility. It will be on July 29th from 8 a.m. to noon, and residents are encouraged to drop off any unwanted items that would otherwise end up in a landfill. And I think the only thing for which there's a charge are TV sets.
Correct.
So that is an important event, July 29th. Our next neighborhood roll call with our police department is at 2nd and Maple
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow. And that is what I have. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to address the July 5th water main break and give some commentary on what happened. And really would like to start by apologizing for the inconvenience that water main break caused to our residents and businesses on July 5th. I'd like to thank everyone who was affected for their patience in getting through the necessary steps to keep our drinking water safe. We recognize that safe drinking water is one of our core functions, and we do everything possible to safeguard it. However, on Wednesday, July 5th at approximately 3:45, we received notice that an underground contractor, NPL, working for Nicor, had caused a 12-inch water main to separate, causing a major incident. Public Works crews were quick to the site to assess the situation and, as soon as possible, close the proper valves to isolate the leak. The cause to the water main separation remains under investigation, but was directly related to the deep excavation for the 24-inch high-pressure natural gas pipe being replaced within close proximity to our water main. The city immediately issued a boil order for approximately 1/4 of the city due to a significant drop in water pressure. And this area was bounded by the UP railroad tracks on the north, Butterfield Road on the south, York Street on the west, and I-294, 290 on the east. Within 15 minutes of being notified of the leak, the first mass communication was released that we were aware of the break and the drop in pressure and were looking into it. This was posted to the city website, city news flash, out on social media, and sent via our alert center. We continued on PW side to call in a contractor to fix the broken mains, as this was a deep excavation using equipment which the city does not have. Additionally, city crews would be busy flushing hydrants and working out other issues related to the interruption of services. That city contractor mobilized and started work at approximately 9 p.m. that evening and worked late into the night, even working through a thunderstorm. They returned on Thursday morning to finish the repair. I had listed all of the times and dates that we sent notifications out. I'm not going to get into that detail, but suffice it to say that on Wednesday, we had 2 notifications. On Thursday, we had 2 notifications. On Friday, an additional notification in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. But I do want to make note of that one because while we used all of the city channels for all the notifications, on Friday afternoon, we were able to coordinate and work with the county, the DuPage Office of Emergency Management, and use their IPAWS system, which stands for Integrated Public Alert and Warning System. This system pushes emergency messages to cell phones in a directed area via cell tower location and is similar to an Amber Alert. And it's not reliant on the person registering for any particular service. This was the first time the city has utilized the county IPAWS system and the first time that the county OEM has deployed it for a non-weather related emergency. So we really thank the partnership that we have with the county for that. Saturday afternoon, we sent additional messages, and that was noteworthy because we had the a positive test result on Friday, which necessitated additional sampling. We wanted to make sure that residents knew what we were doing. Finally, on Sunday at 2:30, we were able to issue the canceling of the boil order, and we sent that message again via all city channels and utilized a robocall service for land and cell phones, which has call and text messages. Additionally, ABC Channel 7 Chicago covered terminating the boil order. In speaking with Mayor Levin, we know that we can always do better in communicating critical information to our residents, and as we continue to review this incident, we, and that's myself, the mayor, and city staff, we're looking at methods to improve on that communication. We've had conversations with NPL and NICOR officials regarding the project, the water main break, and the financial responsibility of NPL. All departments involved are submitting costs to me and to our engineering department related to the incident for expected reimbursement by NPL for that situation. And we are also looking forward to avoid something like this again. Finally, I'd like to thank all the city staff who were involved in resolving this emergency, particularly Stan Balicki, Paul Burris, Kent Johnson, Grant Hicks, Tom Janito, Jason Wisbroker, Jonathan Toomey, John Gigailo, Tom Tapella, Mike Grossi, Mike Foss, and Cassandra Schreff. If you receive questions from residents regarding this, please forward them to me, and we are happy to get you answers. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, City Manager. Are there any other reports? All right, we're going to move on then to item 9.0, ordinances, and we have a number of ordinances and resolutions, most of which tie back into the consent agenda. Let's lead right in with 6.1. Clerk Tamer, would you read the ordinance?
9.1, an ordinance waiving bid and authorizing the purchase of 2 Ford Expeditions for use by the City of Elmhurst Police Department. See item 7.23.
All right, I may have a motion to put 9.1 before the council. Alderman Bacido, second Alderman Cahill. Alderman Bacido.
Yes, this is in regards to report 7.23 that was just discussed and approved the purchase of 2 Ford Expeditions, special service vehicles. As discussed, they are replacing 2 older Chevy Tahoes used by the police department. Once the new vehicles are secured, the old vehicles will be auctioned or used for trade-in credit on other future police vehicle purchases. So we are asking to suspend the rules and approve the ordinance and the report on the same night because the purchasing window for these vehicles opened June 21st, and as Alderman Irby said, there's long lead time. They are in high demand.
All right, any discussion on 9.1? Clerk Tamer, call the roll.
Cahill,
Aye.
Toledo,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Nudera,
Aye.
Bastido,
Aye.
Nardini absent, Brennan,
Aye.
Irby,
Aye.
Deuter,
Aye.
Verimus, Hill,
Aye.
Schenko absent, Jensen, Bram,
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 0 absent. Ordinance 9.1 is adopted. Ordinance 9.2, Clerk Tamer.
An ordinance waiving bid and authorizing the purchase of one Ford Transit 250 utility van for use by the city's Utilities Division. See item 7.24.
Motion to put this before council. Alderman Bastido, second Alderman Cahill. Alderman Bastido.
Yes, this is in regards to item 7.24 that was just approved. That report is for a Ford Transit, the purchase of a Ford Transit 250 utility van. So this van will be used by the Utilities Division staff for general sewer maintenance, the fats, oil, and grease inspection program, and meter shop duties. It is replacing PW36, which is a 2008 Ford E250 van with 114,000 miles on it. It's a very competitive market. We've located a vehicle and need to move on it quickly, so we are asking council to suspend the rules and approve the ordinance and the report on the same night.
All right, any other discussion on ordinance 9.2? Clerk Tamer?
Cahill,
Aye.
Toledo,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Nudera,
Aye.
Bastido,
Aye.
Nardini absent, Brennan,
Aye.
Irby,
Aye.
Deuter,
Aye.
Verimus, Hill,
Aye.
Schenko absent, Jensen, Graham,
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Ordinance 9.2 is adopted. Ordinance 9.3, Clerk Tamer.
An ordinance waiving bid and authorizing the execution of a design-build agreement with Baxter and Woodman, Inc. and Bowler Construction Company, LLC, for the North Elmhurst Sanitary Lift Station Controls Upgrade Project. See item 7.30.
A motion to put ordinance 9.3 before the council. Alderman Bastido, Alderman Cahill, Alderman Bastido.
Yes, this is in regards to item 7.30, the report that was just approved. The North Elmhurst Sanitary Lift Station was placed in service in the late 1960s and has had minimum work done to it over the years. So needless to say, it is in need of a complete rehabilitation. But that larger program, or I'm sorry, that larger project has been put off for future years due to fiscal constraints. So this project is an interim fix to critical components to keep the station functional. There are long lead times on parts. And due to the critical role of this station, we are asking that the rules also be suspended for this one.
All right, any discussion on 9.3? Clerk Tamer?
Cahill,
Aye.
Toledo,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Nudera,
Aye.
Bastido,
Aye.
Nardini absent, Brennan,
Aye.
Irby,
Aye.
Deuter,
Aye.
Verimus, Hill,
Aye.
Schenko absent, Jensen, Graham,
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Ordinance 9.3 is adopted. On to item ordinance 9.4, Clerk Tamer.
An ordinance waiving bid and authorizing the purchase of 3 Genesis hydraulic extrication tools and the trade-in of 2 Hurst hydraulic extrication tools for the City of Elmhurst Fire Department. See item 7.12.
All right, may I have a motion to put 9.4 before the council? Motion, Alderman Brennan, second Alderman Hill. Alderman Brennan.
Thank you, Mayor. So as Clerk Tamer said, this is related to Report 7.12, where we did approve the suspension of the rules. The reason for that was that, the current equipment at Station 2 was purchased in 2012. The current tools, cut through most materials, but as time has gone by, there are materials that they will not cut through. So because of that, we want to make sure that we purchase this equipment and get Station 2 fully equipped with full capabilities. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other discussion on 9.4? Clerk Tamer?
Cahill,
Aye.
Toledo,
Aye.
Park,
Aye.
Nudera,
Aye.
Bastido,
Aye.
Nardini absent, Brennan,
Aye.
Irby,
Aye.
Deuter,
Aye.
Verimus, Aye. Hill.
Aye.
Schenko, absent. Jensen.
Aye.
Bram.
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Ordinance 9.4 is adopted. On to ordinance 9.5. Clerk Tamer, please read the ordinance.
An ordinance waiving bid and authorizing the execution of a design-build agreement with Baxter and Woodman, Inc. and Bowler Construction Company, LLC, for the water reclamation facility buildings 1, 2, and 4 HVAC improvements. Project, see item 7.31.
We have a motion to put 9.5 before the council. Motion, Alderman Bastido, second Alderman Cahill. Alderman Bastido.
Yes, the title of this ordinance pretty much explains it all. So this work is for heating, ventilation, air conditioning improvements to building 1, 2, and 4 at the Elmhurst water reclamation facilities. And a little urgent because we need these parts delivered before winter.
All right, any additional discussion on ordinance 9.5? Clerk Tamer?
Cahill.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Nudera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini, absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Barimus.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Schenko, absent. Jensen.
Aye.
Bram.
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Ordinance 9.5 is adopted. On to resolutions. Clerk Tamer, would you read Resolution 10.1?
A resolution authorizing the issuance of a notice of award and authorizing the execution of a contract for the South and West Water Tower Rehabilitation Project for the City of Elmhurst, Illinois. See item 7.25.
May I have a motion to put Resolution 10.1 before the council? Alderman Bastido, second Alderman Cahill. Alderman Bastido.
Yes, this is in relation to the report 7.25 that was just approved, and this project includes the rehabilitation of the south and west elevated tanks. The only reason for the suspension of rules on this one is that it was behind schedule. It did pass committee previously, but just failed to make it onto the full council agenda, so it was on there today.
Any additional discussion on Resolution 10.1? Clerk Tamer?
Cahill.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Nudera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini, absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Barimus.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Schenko, absent. Jensen.
Aye.
Bram.
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. 10.2 is adopted. 10.1, item 10.2, Clerk Tamer.
A resolution authorizing the execution of a design-build agreement with Baxter and Woodman, Inc. and Bowler Construction Company, LLC, for the North Chlorine Contact Tank Emergency Repairs Project. See item 7.26.
All right, may I have a motion to put 10.2 before the council? Alderman Bastido with the motion, Alderman Cahill with the second. I think I'm getting a little motion sickness with. It's getting a little repetitive. Groundhog Day. All right, Alderman Bastido.
I told you you'd be happy we're off next week.
This is what makes me happy. Okay. Go ahead.
So this is an emergency project due to an oil leak that was discovered a few weeks ago. More information in the report that was just approved, 7.26.
Thank you, Alderman Bastido. Any additional discussion on Resolution 10.2? Clerk Tamer?
Cahill.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Nudera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini, absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Barimus.
Aye.
Hill.
Aye.
Schenko, absent. Jensen.
Aye.
Bram.
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Resolution 10.2 is adopted. 10.3, Clerk Tamer, please read the resolution.
I think we're at 10 point. Yeah, we are at 10.3, sorry.
I know how this goes.
A resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a professional engineering services agreement between the City of Elmhurst, Illinois, and Baxter and Woodman, Inc. for the 2023 Industrial Pretreatment Program Development and Implementation and the Fats, Oils, and Grease Program Update. See item 7.27.
We have a motion to put Resolution 10.3 before the council. Alderman Bastido with the motion, Alderman Cahill with the second. Alderman Bastido.
Yes, this is relating to water reclamation facility permit requirements. It's also the updating of the current fats, oils, and grease program. So we're asking to suspend the rules because we'd like this in place before the new permit requirements go into effect August 1st, so we can show the Illinois EPA that we are compliant. More information in the report on 7.27 that was just approved.
Thank you, Alderman Bastido. Any additional discussion on 10.3? Alderman Clerk Tamer.
Cahill.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Nudera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Verimus. Aye. Hill.
Aye.
Shanko absent. Jensen.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Resolution 10.3 is adopted. On to Resolution 10.4. Clerk Tamer, please read the resolution.
A resolution authorizing the issuance of a notice of award and authorizing the execution of a contract for the 2023 sanitary sewer cleaning and televising project. See item 7.28.
May I have a motion to put 10.4 before the council? Alderman Bastido, second. Alderman Cahill. Alderman Bastido.
All right, the project described in 7.28 that was just approved consists of cleaning and televising 122,000 lineal feet of sanitary sewers. So when we see the problems, then those become the future lining projects. So we're asking to suspend the rules because we need to finish this in Q3 so that we can engineer the 2024 lining projects in Q4.
All right, any other additional discussion on 10.4? And 10.4. Go ahead, Jackie, would you please?
Cahill.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Nudera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Verimus. Aye. Hill.
Aye.
Shanko absent. Jensen. Graham.
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Resolution 10.4 is adopted. On to Resolution 10.5. Clerk Tamer, please read the resolution.
Resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a professional engineering services agreement between the City of Elmhurst, Illinois and Baxter and Woodman, Inc. for the 2023 sanitary sewer cleaning and televising project. See item 7.29.
May I have a motion to put Resolution 10.5 before the council? Alderman Bastido, second. Alderman Cahill. Alderman Bastido.
Yeah, so this is the same project that was in Resolution 10.4. This is just the engineering services for the sanitary sewer cleaning and televising.
All right. Any additional discussion on 10.5? Clerk Tamer?
Cahill.
Aye.
Toledo.
Aye.
Park.
Aye.
Nudera.
Aye.
Bastido.
Aye.
Nardini absent. Brennan.
Aye.
Irby.
Aye.
Deuter.
Aye.
Verimus. Aye. Hill.
Aye.
Shanko absent. Jensen.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent.
12 ayes, 0 nays, 2 absent. Resolution 10.5 is adopted. Agenda item 11, is there any other business to be brought before the council this evening? Seeing none. Item 12, may I have a motion to adjourn? Alderman Deuter. Second, Alderman Brennan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you.